Well, the openly socialist Marxist magazine Monthly Review just had a conference last month. Guess who spoke there? He was fine with communists and communism. He still has a burning hatred for the United States of America, the one, the only. Jeremiah Wright returns to the scene.
This magazine unflinchingly has tackled the tough issues from McCarthyism to militarism, from the Chinese Revolution through the Ghanaian Revolution to the Cuban Revolution, from the lies told by United States presidents to the lies told by the United States media. We celebrate tonight 6 decades of dedicated service.
Dedicated service of a socialist Marxist magazine, Monthly Review. So the magazine covered the Cuban Revolution, which he said nothing bad about, or any other revolution he mentioned, but the U.S. and its media. Lies, nothing but lies. Now, maybe this doesn't mean anything. Maybe I'm just too sensitive. Maybe I just haven't gotten over the Reverend Jeremiah Wright, but it never was about Jeremiah Wright. Really, it was about Barack Obama sitting in the pew for 20 years. What does the man believe? Surely there was nothing else controversial that night just over a month ago with Jeremiah Wright.
You stayed up front that your starting point is, quote, no-nonsense Marxism, unquote. But you dispel all the negative images we have been programmed to conjure up with just the mention of that word socialism or Marxism.
Yeah. You'd hate to do that. Thank goodness for somebody dispelling the awful stereotypes of Marxism, that we have in this country. I mean, gee, look at the fruits of Marxism and socialism. Well, wait, before I get into that, let's hear some more about the splendor of Marxism and just how bad America really is.
Grateful for the opportunity to bring you a word of thanksgiving from those who don't ordinarily get a hearing unless they go along with the program, sing in tune with whatever is the popular tune, and stay in lockstep with the political pundits who tell us what is politically correct, what is permissible, and what will be tolerated from a person of color in this land, the land of the greed and the home of the brave. Excuse me, the land of the greed and home of the slave.
The land of the greed and home of the slave. Here is the man who married Barack Obama to the First Lady Michelle Obama, baptized their children. Here is the man that Obama listened to for 20 years over and over and over again, and it is not a problem.
To the people, my work with liberation theology, with Latin American theologians, with the Black Theology Project, and with the Cuban Council of Churches taught me 30 years ago the importance of Marx and the Marxist analysis of the social realities of the vulnerable and the oppressed who were trying desperately to break free of the political economies undergirded by this country that were choking them and cutting off any hope of a possible future where all of the people would benefit. My exposure to the FMLN in El Salvador, the Sandinistas in Nicaragua, and my presence at the 15th Jamahiriya in Libya taught me what I have read in the pages of the Monthly Review, which is, as Joshua Stanton says, though we need not always agree with one another, we must do the work necessary to at least understand one another.
Yes, we do. And see, that's why we don't force you to leave this country. We don't erase opposing viewpoints like Venezuela does. He claims that Marxism is a system, quoting, where all of the people would benefit. Where is that utopia, sir? Where is the Marxist model of success? Where is it? Where all of the people are thriving equally. We have tried to educate the young people in this country about the real fruits of Karl Marx labor, death and oppression. From Lenin to Stalin to Chairman Mao to Pol Pot, they starved, they murdered millions of their own people, they stole liberty, they crushed freedom. In order to have one thing, not equality, but control. They spied on their people. They denied free speech and the people's right to worship as they choose. This supposed reverend applauds this system and gave it over and over again every Sunday to the Obamas, and they sat and soak it in, and he is so unafraid to speak it out just last month again.